Good morning, everyone. This is Tim Wilmot speaking from Wizard Systems. Thanks for joining me today for this presentation to show the capabilities of Workbooks CRM, what areas of your business it can address, and how my company, Wizard Systems, can help you with any CRM implementation. We run these short presentations every Friday, focusing on different aspects of Workbooks and CRM. And today we're going to look more closely at lead management, how you manage your new inquiries. This presentation will be about half an hour or so. It's just a basic session. Everyone uses CRM in different ways. Everyone has got different ways of managing their lead inquiry process. And I wouldn't have enough time to go over all of the capabilities this morning. So after this session, if you want to explore Workbooks in more detail, we'd love to organize more of a one-to-one session with you, and then obviously go over your specific needs. Also on the call today, we've got some people already trialing Workbooks, some people that have never seen it before, so excuse me, I've got to go at the speed of the slowest, so to speak. Excuse me if I'm going over some information you already know. Now, the audio part of this presentation is one way only. Your microphone is on mute. If you've got any questions, please type those into the questions section on your meeting control panel, and I'll do my best to answer that towards the end of our session. This presentation is also being recorded. After the presentation, you'll get an email from our system with a link to the recording, and we'll most likely put it on our YouTube channel as well. Okay, so let's get started. Just a brief mention about my company, Wizard Systems. We are an independent reseller of CRM solutions. Workbooks is the most popular system we supply. And as you know, you subscribe to Workbooks. There's nothing to install. You can be up and running very, very quickly. And we have clients that do their own thing with Workbooks. They set it up themselves. They teach themselves how to use it. But we're here on hand to assist you in any way that you need us as regards setting up the system, customizing it to your requirements, maybe migrating data from an old system or Excel into Workbooks to get you started. Training, we can do training at your place. You can come to our premises. We're based in Bristol. Or we can do it online if you can't travel or we can't get to you, and maybe you just have something specific that you need to know that would make it very relevant to doing some online training with you. And finally, ongoing support. So we're in this together. We've got a nice friendly help desk, responsive help desk to answer any query that you've got. Now, in working with you on your CRM project, what we try to get at is what are the key things you're looking to achieve? What issues you're looking to solve? What objectives you're trying to get to? Are you trying to improve your sales process, your reporting, how you manage your quotes, how you do your marketing, how you manage your customer service? And in fact, all of those we do concentrate on our weekly sessions. So that's really what we want to get to, so that, of course, we can then measure how successful we are. We can measure some kind of ROI on the investment that you've made in Workbooks. So what is Workbooks? Well, it's a ready-made solution for managing all of your leads, prospects, and customers in one place and sharing that information with your team. There's some great marketing tools in there as well to help you generate targeted communications to your leads and prospects. Now, unusually for a CRM solution, we have the ability to do quotes, and also as an option to then create sales orders and invoices. There are two different editions for Workbooks. When you sign up, there's two choices you've got. There's CRM edition and business edition. Business edition does the financial stuff. It allows you to manage the order process, sales orders, invoices, POs to suppliers, all the financial stuff. So just bear that in mind. There's two editions, CRM and business. We can also track customer service. Do you have a service team, technicians, help desk, engineers? They too could use it. So thereby improving teamwork in your company across the sales, marketing, and service teams. And Workbooks, as well as it being a great personal productivity tool, it's a great management tool as well to help you control the business, help you make decisions. Now, Workbooks is a UK system. As I've said already, it's 100% cloud, nothing to install. The data is very, very secure. Workbooks has been certified in all of the 6 releases of the G Cloud government certification program in the UK, which basically means it's very, very secure. This is a level of certification that the UK government set. So very, very secure, very reliable. Last year we had an uptime of 99.99%, and it's very popular. In the last 3 years, we've won the UK networking industry CRM product of the year. So very popular, very easy to use. Let's just now focus on some of the things that we've just touched on briefly there. So first of all, at the heart of Workbooks is a ready-made system for managing all of your leads, prospects, and customers, and all of the people that you're dealing with. It's very customizable. Shortly when I show you the system, all the screens can be changed by you, no programming required. You can also deploy different security levels if you want to as well. There's some people that shouldn't see information or shouldn't do some kind of operation in Workbooks, then you can prevent that happening. So lots of options there for defining security access and access levels. You of course manage all of your sales interactions with Workbooks, your phone calls, your meetings, your tasks. You can delegate tasks to team members. You're not working on your own. You're not working in a vacuum. You're working in a team. So we can easily share activities to see what everyone else is up to, thereby building up a wonderful client history, everything that you've done and your colleagues have done with that client. We can integrate with any email system. In fact, we've got a rather nice optional link to Outlook. This does cost a little bit extra on your subscription. I'll cover pricing towards the end. But with this email integration, as you send and receive your emails, they're being copied into the Workbook system, thereby building up that history of emails that you sent and your colleagues have sent against that client, together with any attachments as well. Now, in your subscription, we also include access to a smartphone or tablet. So whatever device you're using, it will work with any browser. This morning I'm going to show it to you in Chrome. It'll work on an Apple, whatever device you've got, wherever you are, you've got access to Workbooks. Now, marketing, we do cover this in one of our weekly sessions, but you can, as you're building in wonderful information about your leads and prospects and customers, you've got a wonderful pool of material now to then proactively market to these people. But first of all, you've got an easy way of getting data into the system and out of the system via a CSV, separated value format, quite a common database format that, say, Excel supports. So easy to get data in. Also, do you have a form on your website? Very relevant to this morning's discussion about leads. So if you've got an inquiry form on your website, the new inquiry, the lead fills that in, they hit the submit button, that automatically is transferred to Workbooks. It will create a lead record for you, the details of the client as they filled in their information. And then also it will alert you via an email to your inbox that you've got a new lead. So nothing slips through the net. Every lead is going to be logged and every lead is going to be followed up. A nice way of making sure that nothing slips through the net there. Now, when you want to do any marketing, you've got easy ways of building lists, building in any search criteria based on any information that's in Workbooks. If the information is in Workbooks, you can create a list of those people that have that thing in common. And we integrate as standard, this is included with your subscription, we integrate with MailChimp, Constant Contact, or .mailer. These are 3, you might have heard of one or all of them. MailChimp is probably the most popular email marketing solution out there. So basically what happens is you create the list in Workbooks of the people you want to send a marketing email to. That list is uploaded to one of these 3 systems. They create the nice looking email. They will deliver the email, but importantly with the integration, automatically coming back into Workbooks, we can see against a customer's record or against the lead record what emails they were sent, what did they open, what did they click on, also seeing hard bounce and opt-out information as well. Now, managing the sales process is a very core part of any proper CRM solution, is to manage the sales process from the lead. You get the lead in, you're qualifying the lead, you're negotiating with the lead, and you're monitoring its progress, the process of it through workbooks. So we do have the ability to create nice professional sales quotations in workbooks. You can store your price list in workbooks as well, your product and pricing information. You can define any number of different quote layouts. These layouts are stored in a PDF format. You can email directly from the system as well, in that secure PDF format. And as you're generating these quotes, they can be building up the opportunity, this extra bit of information about the inquiry and its value, and what is it, and when is it going to come in, and what's the probability of getting this order, and so on. You can really go to town with the depth of information that you're tracking about these opportunities. And with Business Edition, you've got the option of thinking about the sales process, the customer orders from your quotation. We can convert the quote to an order. You can then convert the order to an invoice, or you could jump straight from quote to invoicing. And in the UK, we have an optional link to Sage 50. If you're using the Sage accounting system, then without the need for rekeying any information, these transactions can be initially created in workbooks, then transferred to Sage. And we are shortly going to be releasing a QuickBooks link as well. Quick mention about customer service. Do you have any service people there? So another dimension to workbooks, another screen, a customizable screen for you to track the customer service issue. What's their problem? What's the complaint? You can apply deadlines to these issues as well. So sort of building in any service level agreement, SLAs. So making sure that you are on top of these issues and resolving them on time. And of course, if you're using this feature of workbooks, then you can be building up a trend of all these issues over time. And you're building up, in a way, a knowledge base of these problems that you get and the typical solutions to those problems as well. Now, last slide before we dive into workbooks proper. So putting your manager's hat on now, we've got a great way of managing sales activity levels. How many leads are we getting? What's happened to those leads? Have they been contacted back? Thinking about the advancement of the lead to the opportunity. This is a big part of workbooks, managing your quotes and opportunities. There's a report writer in workbooks as well. So there's about 50 or so reports that come with workbooks. And complementary to that, we've got dashboards, nice looking bar graphs, pie charts, really summarizing key metrics in your business. Okay, let's dive into the demonstration proper. So here is workbooks. I've just logged in with my email address and password. It will work with any browser. But you should see straight away, it looks a little bit like your Windows desktop. It's got that familiar look and feel straight away. It's very easy to use, very intuitive. So from that start button and my start menu, I've got access here to all of the key parts of workbooks, with right at the top there, people and organizations, emails, activities, emails, support cases, sales, come on to that in a minute, marketing, reporting, and so on. It's all there. Depending on your access levels, of course, that would define what parts of the system you see. You can simplify this if you want to, if services are relevant to you. But of course, this morning I'm trying to show you all the capabilities of workbooks, so that's why I've got it all displayed there. So we're here this morning to talk about leads. And so a lead is a new inquiry, someone that is not a qualified prospect. Every company's got different definitions of what a sales lead is. And so a key part of Workbooks is the ability to track a lead. And in this sales section here, this is where you access it. We can see all of the current leads on the go right now. So I go into leads. There they are there. This is a typical, what we call a landing page. So when you see lists of customers, lists of prospects, lists of leads, this is what you see summarized row by row here on this window. And you can decide what columns you see, but we can immediately see summarized 4 leads. We can also create different views or groups of leads if we want to see all of the leads of a certain type. Now, if I dive into one of these leads, just to show you the sort of information that Workbooks can track. So this is an example lead screen, an example lead form. If you started using Workbooks right now, this is pretty much what you would get. But this form that we see, these fields that we see here, job title, name, telephone, you can actually remove those if you want to. You can actually design different form layouts. You can create your own fields as well. If there's something very specific that you need to know about your leads when you start getting them, you can create your own custom fields and they will be displayed there. You can search on any of this information. You can build reports on any of this information. You can do your marketing campaigns on any of this information. And then running across the top of this window, and again, this is pretty typical with any record in Workbooks, you'll see tabs across the top that invite you to display more detailed information about this record. So we can see any notes relating to Charlotte, activities that we've either done or are about to do with Charlotte are there, and we can create new ones from here. Emails with the integration with Outlook or any email system. I've got my demonstration system here linked to an email marketing system called MailChimp, so I can see there any recent emails that I've sent to Charlotte. So a row of tabs there allowing you to see more information. And then as you start working with this person or this company more and you qualify them, or you think there's a proper opportunity, this person is a good fit for your business, is a good fit for your products and services, you can then promote them, or as Workbooks calls it, convert them to a proper opportunity and a proper company record. So I'm just going to do that now. So I save and convert. And just with a few simple clicks of the mouse, I'm going to be converting Charlotte here into an opportunity. What we see now is an example of the opportunity. So this is now in a lot more detail asking us for more information about this potential sale, this potential bit of revenue, this pipeline that's going to come in. So for example, when are we going to get the order? So I could select that from there. What's the stage of negotiations? And that will adjust my probability there. Who is going to handle this opportunity? So I could allocate it to one of my team members. What type of opportunity or inquiry is this? There's lots of different ways of profiling and categorizing leads, inquiries, contact companies that could be really useful when you come on to reporting or doing any email marketing. So I'm just going to save and close that, and job done. It's disappeared. Charlotte has disappeared from my lead list. She's been converted. She's no longer a lead. She's now a proper company that I'm working with, a proper prospect, and an opportunity as well. So that's a quick run through of the lead record, and you can create new leads in a few ways. There's with Workbooks, there's very often more than one way of getting to what you want to do. So I could create a new lead from here, or if I just close down this window here, I can go back to my start button and my start menu. Right at the top there's new. So here's all of the different types of records that we're tracking in Workbooks. And there we are, about halfway down this sales lead. So imagine the phone rings, just get a new inquiry. This is that sample lead form. This field here, do you see name with the dark blue left-hand border? That's the only mandatory field. So Workbooks does support required fields. If you want to make sure every lead has a job title, every lead has a phone number, you could make those mandatory fields if you want to. So very easy to create new leads, and also remember we can link to a web form, an inquiry form as well. And then how do you keep a track of those leads? Well, I showed you the lead landing page earlier when we first started, but also we have reports and dashboards. I'll just show you an example dashboard. So here's a few sample dashboards I've got here. One here is called lead management. This will show you the sort of thing that you can do with these dashboards. So there's three little panels here on my dashboard, so I can see instantly who am I working on and the leads by status and who they're assigned to. This is quite a nice example here, looking at leads that haven't been updated in the last 2 weeks. So we can see here instantly, because there's an audit trail in Workbooks, because we know when we use Workbooks for recording your phone calls, things that you've done, then we know how often we're touching that prospect, that lead. So this is a nice example here of showing you at a glance in some kind of sequence those leads that maybe you haven't touched recently, you've forgotten about. And then looking at leads by source, very important for a marketing person to know where are your leads coming from. So on that lead form, you might have noticed there's a source field. So when you get that lead, and a lot of companies will make that source a mandatory field. They desperately want to know where are their leads coming from. So you could make that a required field if you want to. So there you are, a quick run through of leads in Workbooks, very simple. I'd now like to just cover a little bit about pricing with Workbooks. So there's the two different editions there, the CRM edition and the business edition. So you subscribe to Workbooks on an annual basis. We bill you annually in advance. You need to add VAT on top of these figures. And there are some options, there are some popular options, the most popular of which is the Outlook integration. If you're using Outlook, what that integration allows you to do is to share your emails between the two. So as you're generating your emails through Outlook, they can be copied into the Workbook system. And then as you receive emails, likewise, a simple button in Outlook to copy that email over. Also with that integration, we can share your contacts, your tasks, and your calendar in a bi-directional way. So lots of add-on options that we could just discuss with you. Some of them may not be relevant to you, like multi-currency, multi-company, but once we understand your requirements, we can then give you a firm quotation for everything you need. But also budget, think realistically, do you need any help in getting the system up and running? As I say, Workbooks is so easy to use, easy to set up, but if you do need any help, you lack the resources or the time, we're here on hand to make sure you get up and running really, really quickly and provide any training required and the ongoing support as well. Once we understand your requirements, again, we can give you a firm quotation for that. So I'd now like to open out, as I normally do on our Friday session, to any questions that you've got there. So any questions around, well, in fact, anything to do with Workbooks, please ask those. You might see your question section there. So first question from Ellen. Do you have to use leads for tracking new inquiries? You don't have to, Ellen. It's a common part of most CRM solutions and the way most companies think of their sales process too. When they get a lead, they don't know much about them. Maybe you go to a show and you acquire 100 names and addresses of people that visited your stand. You haven't really qualified them too much maybe right now, or maybe you've imported some data. They could be leads, they're unqualified. Now, if it's not relevant to you, you could just dive straight into Workbooks and create the organization or create the person that you're working with. You don't need to use this leads feature if it's not relevant to your business model, Ellen. Next question from Jamie. What's the difference between you and Salesforce? Basically, we are half the price, Jamie, and a lot easier to use as well. As in a nutshell, there are some other differences, but those are the main two that most people mention to us. Next question from Ali. Can you import from Excel? You need to, if you've got an Excel spreadsheet of leads or company names and addresses, then you need to save that as a CSV format from Excel, and then there's extensive import features in Workbooks. We do actually cover importing on one of our weekly sessions, and you'll see previous week's import sessions up on our YouTube channel as well. Okay, don't think there's any more questions coming through there, so it just remains for me to thank you for your attendance this morning. Thanks for your interest in Workbooks. Just bear in mind there's a free trial of Workbooks if you're not already on that. There's a free 30-day trial. No credit card required in the sign up. Go to workbooks.com and click on the free trial button and play around with it for yourselves. And if you get stuck or have any queries during that trial period, of course, please contact any of us here at Wizard Systems. My name again is Tim Wilmot, tim@wizard-systems.com. And if you want a more detailed discussion of your requirements, we'd be more than happy to organize a one-to-one session with you at a time to suit you. Okay, I think that's all. If there's any late questions that come in, I'll be more than happy in answering those later on. But thanks very much for your time, and we look forward to speaking with you later. Thanks very much indeed.